This video has to be one of the most disgusting things that I've seen in a really long time. You can only put in your children what's already in you. And this video is going to show you what's already in these mothers.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think it's tough. It's like, my hair's full C, so that's like tough hair.
Mm-hmm.
It's annoying to deal with. It's stressful, and I don't think it suits my face.
I wanted something really chic for her, but then I still wanted her to look like a baby. But these are raw hair bundles.
I'm going to rewind it one more time so you can hear it. But the thing that this woman just said is, and this is what most Black women say about their own hair. Again, you can only put in your children what's already within you. And most Black women make statements like, oh, I can't do my hair because it's so time consuming and it's so stressful and this and that. Where the truth of the matter is, most women have never took the time to learn how to do their hair properly. Most women have not taken the time to learn the proper way to do their hair. So you just say, oh, I'm Black and I have 4C hair and it's so hard to do because it's so hard to comb and this and that. And this is the main reason why every industry will constantly make billions of dollars off of Black women, for this very reason, for the lack of accountability. So because you haven't taken the time to really learn how to do your hair, you're just gonna automatically chalk it up to it's too hard to do, so I'm gonna just put it up. And you've passed that to your children. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna start it over. This is why nobody will ever be like, I'm tired of seeing talk about the same stuff. I'm gonna keep talking about it because this is what y'all doing to y'all daughters. And my son gonna be marrying one of these bald head little girls. These little bald head little girls better stay away from my son.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think it's tough. It's like, my hair's full C, so that's like tough hair.
Mm-hmm.
It's annoying to deal with. It's stressful, and I don't think it suits my face.
I wanted something really chic for her, but then I still wanted her to look like a baby. But these are raw hair bundles. Oh my goodness. Then she's prepping her nails now, and that my baby's gonna look so fly.
Watch my 10-year-old get her first wig install.
Mom, if your 6-year-old, 7-year-old, 10 or even 12-year-old needs a wig install to look presentable, that is your problem, not hers. She's simply too young. No little child should be getting adult hair appointment. Same way, no 11-year-old should be called a child for dressing like a child. I mean, that's literally what they are, right? Kid, then something is really culturally off. We have adults crying all over the internet, blaming their mothers. I don't know how to make my hair.
Mind you, this is all my mom's fault. All right, really be your own family sometimes, because she never taught me how to take care of my hair properly. Hit me with some pink oil and call it a day. So now I'm trying to figure it all out by myself.
For the first 18 years of my life, I just did what my mom told me to do.
This my thing. And I'm sure every woman on the face of the earth and all of the women in America have not seen my YouTube channel, so I'm not gonna go there. Okay, I'm not gonna go there. But what we're not gonna do in 2026 is pretend that professionals have not been trying to teach Black women how to do their hair the right way. But if it doesn't look like the way that they was doing their hair during slavery, if it don't look like how they was doing hair during the Underground Railroad, if it don't look like that, then you reject it and you push it away. Not just from Black women like me, but from all different types of people. There's so many different people who come here on YouTube that try to give Black women advice, and if it doesn't include oil and butters and grease, then y'all completely shoot them away. So at what point do y'all think that people decide like, okay, I'm just done helping. I'm just done. Because the things that you're supposed to do, when I tell you to do them, you tell me that it's not for Black women. So, all right. And then they make up hair products. And then those made up hair products, they make your hair fall out too. So there's literally no pleasing. And as an adult on YouTube, there are hundreds and thousands of videos teaching Black women how to do their hair the right way.
With my hair. Why wouldn't I? I didn't know that she didn't know what she was talking about. I right? She didn't even know that she didn't know what she was talking about. She thought she was doing the right thing. Relax it, put some pink oil on it, have maybe some blue magic, and you call it a day.
And I'm not even undermining their struggles, because these things are legit true. If you're a black woman trying to grow your natural hair, you would definitely relate to some of these cries. Our mothers did not really do well when it comes to our hairs, but that was the extent they knew to. Nowadays, there is information everywhere. People are better learned or exposed. Why are you taking your children through the same thing that your mother took you through that you were not really proud of? That is passing generational trauma. Shouldn't it end with you? Listen, we're not raising daughters anymore. We're curating them. We're giving them the blueprint on how to go. And at this point, I dare say that it doesn't matter what your experience was as a child, because there are some things you know right now that your mother did not teach you. I mean, look at you, learning new stuff, going about your work easy, dressing up, being able to talk in a particular manner and observe.
Yes, and I agree with her with that, because the thing is, there's so many things your mama didn't teach you how to do that you know how to do right now. Like, your mama didn't have YouTube. Your mama didn't know how to get on YouTube. Your mama didn't have TikTok. Your mom didn't know how to get on TikTok and grow a whole bunch of followers. Your mama didn't know how to do that, but you still learned how to do this. So why is it that y'all feel like y'all can pick and choose which things the generations before y'all didn't teach y'all? No. What has happened now is the hair weathering that I've been telling y'all was gonna happen. It takes 6 months to 25 years to show up. It showed up. Information is here. Like, all of the videos are still on my channel. I'm not gonna be making them that much on this channel anymore. So if you want scientific content, then make sure you head over to my new channel, Seeing the Sciences, because that's the only place that I'm doing it. Okay, when I made videos like that over here, nobody watched them. I make videos like this, everybody's here. So if you want the scientific information, head over there. But there have been people teaching y'all for years. Y'all just don't want the information. You literally don't want to hear it.
Serving etiquette. I'm not sure your mother taught you everything to the last T. You picked up some. So how is it impossible to pick up how to also take care of your hair? And even if not for yourself, for your child. Worst of all, they're confusing childhood for a passing phase. Like, it's some phase that should be outgrown as soon as possible. If you've been paying attention, especially in the black community, you would have seen some of these videos. Little girls getting lace frontals, like full lace wigs on their head. Installs longer than
get ashamed of yourself. Like, seriously.
With edges laid like they're about to attend some corporate meeting, which is still another conversation, because I do not think that women must have their edges laid just because they want to attend some board meeting. Our hairs do not grow in that manner. If we're trying to make that it means every time a woman has to step into a boardroom, she has to look a certain way with the straightened hair. But I digress. Now we're talking about kids. Some not even up to 2, as a matter of fact. And people are clapping, cheering on, making these little girls.
Yeah, really quick. When we talk about, like, oh, they're forcing us to have our hair a certain way, nobody puts barriers or rules on black hair like black women. Nobody. I don't care what anybody says. Like, you can't, if you're a black woman who really loves her hair and don't care about putting edge control on, and you just want to let it fly, oh no, you got to put edge control on. You got to swoop it. Your edges got to come to the middle of your forehead, and your eyelashes got to go past your eyebrows. So we're constantly speaking on all of these things that other people are trying to force on us, when nobody forces a beauty standard like black women do. You are not a real black woman unless you wear your hair in a very specific way. And now the wigs that have obsessed, that all of these other women are obsessed with all the swoop-de-doops and the baby hair headbands, now the baby head hairband warriors are having children, and they're making their babies into mini headband warriors.
Feel like what they have on their head that is not naturally theirs is better than what is originally theirs. When they make these new hairstyles and you go all ooey and ahwy, your hair's so beautiful, it's so pretty, and they can do this what they can not do with their natural hairs, kissing their ego, posting it on social media. You're not even giving them enough room to get to meet and greet their natural hair. See what I did there? the meet and greet. People are yapping. This is so beautiful. She's so mature. Mommy is raising her well. Raising her into what? Because I'm trying to understand it. Why does childhood not look like a soft launch into adulthood or womanhood? These wigs even require maintenance. With your...
I was younger, right? My father and mother, my parents had like, it was like steps to my hairstyles, right? Like, even with me getting a wrap, like I wasn't able to get a wrap until I got in like closer to like 8th grade. So like 7th, 8th grade is when my mom actually let me start wearing my hair down in the wrap. But before that, she was like, it was in baby steps. So it went from the little, ponytails with the knockers and the barrettes to they were just ponytails, like with cute curls on the ends, right? There were no more beads and braids and stuff. Then I just had ponytails and my hair was able to flow. And then it just slowly went into baby steps. And then I don't think my parents let me get my first weave until I was in like the 11th grade. And I always had things to look forward to, right? I feel like I grew up in stages the way that I was supposed to, because my parents didn't just push things on me in times where I wasn't supposed to have it. But if these little girls are getting lace fronts at 6 years old, like y'all,
looking at her and saying, oh, this is good grooming. No, this is adult grooming. That's not an upgrade. That was a total adulthood dumped on that girl's head and her nails and her lashes. Now compare that to what childhood was like for you. Some of you have conveniently forgotten. There was a time being a child practically looked like having 2 rough cornrows down your head. And the cornrows even refused to be straight. You had beads that clicked loudly whenever you turned your head. There were also ribbons that never matched your outfit, but somehow they made sense. No. The sandals that made endless noise whenever you ran around without a care in the world. At least nobody was trying to make you look 25 at 10. Nobody looked at a child and said the hairstyle she was wearing was childish, because she was literally a child. A simple age-appropriate look is now doing less than what? Than adulthood? Because let's face it, kids should be kids. Subconsciously, parents are trying to upgrade their kids, upgrade them from innocence, from softness. But this is what we're forgetting, that when you push a child into adulthood too fast, you don't get a more advanced child. You get a confused adult later. Like some of us are, especially when it comes to personality, your hair, what you wear, your skin, and lots of other things. You can't skip stages and expect stability. Development does not work in batches like that. It's not a fast forward button. But hey, let's talk about hair specifically, because this one is personal. Hard to face, but it's the truth. The adults are just uncomfortable with simplicity. And you want to say that your child is more bougie, but that's unnecessary. You want them to wear wig installs, nails and lashes because they have graduation from nursery school into primary school. Because by your standard, it looks better. But then again, better to who? Other kids? Or better to you?
And mind you, again, when it comes to the children, this is not a reflection on the children, but a reflection on the parents. Because the same way that y'all are in competition with other women for y'all bodies, like the BBLs, y'all were not getting BBLs for men, and you were not getting BBLs for yourself. Y'all have been getting BBLs to compete with each other. Nobody judges Black women more than Black women judge other Black women. And even if you say, no, I did it for me, subconsciously, you did it to compete with other women. Because if there was no such thing as a fat ass, right? If there was no such thing as a Cardi B, even though her ass isn't fat for real, you know what I'm trying to say? I don't think women would be this pressed about it and this like, oh, I gotta get the biggest ass in the world. Like, nobody would be risking their life to do these things. You're competing with each other. And it's the same thing with your daughters. Y'all are competing with other women and their daughters. Like, my daughter got long hair, or my daughter got a bust down, or my daughter got with nails on. There's no fucking reason why your daughter that's in the 6th grade should be saying, oh, bust down. Like, my daughter is in the 8th grade. She'll be going to the 9th grade next year. And the types of things that little girls be talking about. Let me just say, I'm so proud of my baby. But the same exact way that that the women are the way that their daughters are. My daughter's at school over here, girls like, oh, did you see Lotto pregnant? Like, she about to have a baby. Oh, she looks so good. Oh, she a boss. Like, so again, this is all about the women. So the same little hood rat women we tired of seeing, they're the ones raising the next generation of little girls. So the insecurities that they have are now on their children, and it's going to be a never-ending cycle.
You and your friends and other adults, the child did not tell you that. You are projecting on the child. We have grown women today walking around with damaged scalps, no edges in sight, unexplained hair issues. The denominators: hot combs, relaxers, texturizers, tight hairstyle, chemical processing even before their hair understood what it was. And if you grew up
real quick, because she's right about that, but it's not the thing that people don't understand is it's not these things by themselves, but the patterns and routines in which they do them. For example, one of the main things that women love to say on my show, oh, long hair is genetic. No, it is not. The patterns, the genetic patterns are habitual. Meaning, if you find one group of women that have super duper long hair and the whole family got super duper long hair, you will also find that they all have a certain type of diet. They all have a certain type of product. Most likely they all use the same type of products that their grandma was using. They all have the same patterns and routines. They're combing and brushing their hair on a regular basis. But then you go on the flip side, we'll talk about my father's side of the family. There's another genetic pattern. You can look at that side of the family and say, hey, on this side of the family, the women have shorter hair. Their hair is all shorter, and I'm gonna go bald in the middle of my head by this time because all of the women in my family do that, and it's genetics. No, it's not. When you look at my father's side of the family, everybody eat the same way. Holidays come up, everybody cooking the same thing. You go over every sister's house, over every brother's house, you go look in the refrigerator, it's the same type of things. So the whole family's ingesting the same type of foods. The whole family's ingesting the same type of oils, the same type of greases, the same type of fatty foods that cause the same type of illnesses long term. That does not mean that it's genetic, because there are some people, there'll be that one person that people like to call them the black sheep. And most of the time, the black sheep, right, is skinnier than everybody else. Hair is longer than everybody else's. The black sheep is the one that broke the genetic pattern. It's not something that's automatically going to be genetic. When a scientist says this hair loss is genetic, that means that when we sit down and we study this family, this is the genetic pattern. They're doing this constantly. Yeah, by this age this happens, and by this age this happens. But if you change your patterns and your routines, the genetic pattern changes. It's a fact. So when we say, oh, long hair is genetic, no, it's not true. That's why, like, it was somebody who was like, oh, it is genetics, and then her comment proved her wrong and me right, because she was like, my sister got really long and really thick hair, but my hair is short and thin, but we have the same mother and father. Some of your genetic patterns were different. If genetics made everybody's hair long, then everybody that came out of the same body would be the same. And that's not true.
Up in a typical African home, you already know the drill. Sit down. Don't move your head. Stay that way. This thing will make your hair soft. This is how to look neat. Meanwhile, your scalp is burning like someone just lit a candle inside of your head. But you had to learn to stay quiet because that was the normal, the smell of burning comb inside of your hair. The trauma, though, there was always that lie undermining your emotion, like you were exaggerating your pain. Oh, it's not that hot. It's just small now. Bro, your scalp is literally reacting right now. But somehow we made it a part of growing up. And into adulthood, we start hearing links between those experiences and cancer, fibroid, and other health conditions. Things like hormonal disruption, long-term scalp damage. And you start wondering,
This is the thing that annoys me about this, because we just look, long-term scalp damage. If you look at the video that I have in the description box below, and I might put a clip of it here, one of the scientists that did the studies that everybody's quoting, she literally says out of her mouth, when they're talking about relaxers, the hormones, all of the stuff that gets into the body, this is happening through women that are doing relaxers improperly. She says clearly out of her mouth, right, that it only happens through the burns. When you use a relaxer and the relaxer burns your skin, then there's an open pathway for those things to happen, for those different things that are within it to get within the body. But if you know how to do a relaxer properly, if you've been trained professionally, you know how to protect the scalp and put a barrier there where nothing will absorb into the scalp. Relaxers are not automatically damaging as soon as you put them on. They're damaging, and those things get into the body and in the bloodstream through a cut, through any type of lesion. But this is the thing, most cosmetologists, most professionals that do relaxers, before they do your relaxer, you have to get a consultation. The reason that I give a consultation is because if there are any bruises, any lesions, anything on your scalp whatsoever, you are not a candidate for a relaxer. But do y'all do that at home? Absolutely not. You go in Walmart or Sally's, and that relaxer is 10 times stronger than any relaxer you could ever use. And then you slap that on your head, and then you walk around doing laundry. You leave it on as long as you want to. Then you rinse it out. And then you have scabs all over your scalp. Those are the things that happen. But unless you go to a dusty cosmetologist, you have no scabs on your scalp after you have a relaxer. Like me, I wear my hair in a short pixie. I have a relaxer. I don't have one scab on my scalp, not one. And my body is in perfect health. That's not true. But once again, Black women read bits and pieces, and not just Black people, women in general. You'll read the first 3 lines of a study, but if you read every last page, you will see that the study didn't have anything to do with relaxers. The majority of the negative things that they found were about keratin treatments, but most of y'all are running from relaxers and in the keratin treatments when the actual study that was done that y'all keep, relaxers are bad, it was on for the formaldehyde released and all of the other things in keratin treatments and Brazilian blowout. Like, y'all, we're in the sunken place.
Wondering, what exactly were we exposed to? At what age did this happen? Let's appreciate what we have now. More information, more conversations about natural hair, about protective styles, about how to go about it. So once you identify your child's type of hair, allow them to grow. Otherwise, we're going to be having damaged adult recycled. A lot of parents are thinking about how their children will be perceived, about the public image you're trying to build. And so the child becomes a reflection rather than an individual. And that's exactly how you get a 10-year-old to install frontal, or even a 2-year-old to install frontal. These kids internalize the process. They see how you relate with your own hair. They see how you react when their hair is in its full bloom. They see how your expressions change when they just comb out their afro, and how your face softens when they're wearing a wig or have their hair permed or retouched. They begin to see that their default state needs improvement, like their natural hair needs fixing, that their innocence needs editing, because they have to look.
My hair's 4C, so that's that tough hair. It's annoying to deal with. It's stressful, and I don't think it suits my face.
Once this video went viral, the internet did exactly what it loved to do. It was divided. There was outrage on one side, and there was agreement on the other side. And there was this little group in the middle who were just thinking, I kind of understand what she means, but I can't say it out loud so that this same internet does not burn me. But this is what a lot of people are saying to themselves.
I hate my hair.
It's so hard to see yourself with your natural hair again.
My hair still feels like a Brillo pad.
This is one of the reasons why people are spending several hours in their bathrooms or in front of their mirrors and coming out not doing much to their hair. And I'm not even talking
The reason that black women are having such a hard time combing their hair is because instead of y'all learning the proper ways to comb your hair, you're arguing with the people who know how to tell you the proper ways to comb your hair and doing it however you want to do it. No other texture on this planet is just randomly combing their hair when it is matted and tangled. However, black women think that as long as they have water and a certain type of brush, you can comb and brush your hair, and it doesn't work like that. And you think that combs and brushes, all of the tools that help you do your hair the proper way, you've demonized. So how can you do your hair the right way when you think that all of the things that the rest of the world uses to comb their hair are bad?
About wash day and all of that. Shout out to people who need to go through that much to get their hair clean. I'm talking about people who just spend hours making videos about how difficult it is one good hairstyle that suits their face and their hair. Do you people remember this creator who just posts videos about how difficult it is to get something to suit her face? There was this particular one she made, very interesting, but how confused she was.
She looks like a model, don't you?
Oh, stop. All right, thank you. You made me feel better.
I've actually got to start crying. Wait. My hair is only long enough to do little space buttons. Is that a bit childish for work? What do you do? What do you do? Smoothie styler? I don't think I have enough hair to do a high bun.
I'm going to mute this real quick and talk through it because I've seen this video before. So this is the problem. As a black woman, her hair is so easy to do. The problem, hold on, I'm going to rewind it. The problem and the reason why she can't do her hair is because right now in her mind, when she looks in the mirror, right, and she sees her hair looking like this, in the back of her head, she has the shame from the Team Natural community. Because anybody else on earth, if not anybody else on earth, if a cosmetologist like myself would see her hair, the first thing I would say, okay, I'm either going to do a blow dry and a flat iron, or I'll do a blowout and a roller set. But she thinks combs and brushes are bad, right? Most people think combs and brushes are bad. You think heat of any kind is bad. You think you need oils, greases, and butters. So she's like, oh my God, let me grab some oil, some grease, or some butter, because that's what black women are supposed to use. Instead of just simply parting her hair off in sections, spraying it down with some leave-in conditioner like Silk Synthesis, and then blow drying her hair, or parting her hair in 4 sections, maybe 8 sections. Spraying it down with some leave-in conditioner like Silk Synthesis. And then after she does that, put in a roller set in her hair, and then she's done. But instead, you have the mental psychosis of Team Natural that made you think that combs are bad, brushes are bad, flat irons are bad. Literally every tool on earth that people created to do your hair, because you're black, they're bad. That's why this is hard. And for no other reason. For no other reason.
I'm just gonna pin this down. Or a script gel. Time to piss around.
Morning, sorry I'm late.
Oh, like your hair.
Dear.
Yeah, you look gorgeous with your hair.
I was having a breakdown this morning over it.
The most interesting thing about that video was that she got compliments. Everybody thought that the hair suited her. And what does that tell you? This is absolutely learned rejection. Something repeatedly causes stress, and you never invest your time into learning otherwise. This is what you get. Your brain does not process it as neutral. Your brain tells you avoid it as much as possible. Don't face it. But then again, as much as I want to hold brief for her and say, oh, she may not have.
This is learned behavior. So like as a child, this is when little girls should be building their confidence of having shorter hair. This is when she should be building confidence. But that's not what happens, because her mother sees that her hair is short and her mother says her hair is too short. I want her to look like she has a bun, or I want her to look like she has a pixie, or whatever the case may be. And those are the things that end up causing your daughters to have like a complex, or you know what I mean? Like those are the things that end up causing your daughter to like freak out and not really be satisfied with her hair, and not really be satisfied with her body and the way things look. Like that is a a problem that the mother, in my opinion, didn't take care of, because our daughters become us, right? We're products of where we come from. Like, my daughter is well versed. She does not care. My daughter likes her hair when it's curly. She understands sometimes it's not going to be curly all the time, and we go through different stages of how she wears her hair depending on what phase we're in, what the weather's like, and things of that nature. But it's really unfortunate that nowadays little black girls aren't even getting that, because their mothers are insecure, and their mothers are putting the same insecurities that they have on their children. So again, is the problem black hair? Is the problem black products? Or is the problem the way that black women look at themselves and the way that black women refuse to have accountability on the things that they do and the things that they say? Because however you are, whatever type of woman you are, is the type of woman your daughter will become. Me and y'all need to be careful of the type of women that y'all having babies with. Because whatever type of woman she is the way that she's going to raise your daughter to become. And you got these chicks and thoughts and hot tops and all types of stuff, and they raising your daughters to be the same exact way. So my question to you is, player, what are you gonna do? Because at the end of the day, it's on you. It's your baby too. So I'm sorry, not sorry. I hope that everybody is, at a place where, I hope that everybody's at a place where they're able to hear. I hope that everybody's at a place where they're able to hear information and nobody's easily offended, okay? I love you guys to the moon and back, but 2026 is the year that all of this shit is hitting the fan. So hopefully you guys can take accountability when you can, okay? I love you guys so much. If you've made it to the end of this video, then make sure you do me a favor and hype this video, because after all, that's how YouTube's working right now. So you want to make sure that this video gets out to a whole bunch of people so they can stop making their daughters bald head. Then make sure you hype this video, give it a thumbs up, and leave me some comments below, right? Let's get the conversation started in the comments. And until later, bye.